So, yes, today's. I already forgot how to say this name. It's a French name.
Give me the quote.
If I don't know,
I expect perfect French pronunciation, or I'm just gonna be disappointed.
Oh no, where's my mouse?
Aren't you like half French?
No, I don't have any French in me.
So what I'm hearing is you're 2/3 French. You better pronounce that right.
Definitely not even 2/3 French.
Okay.
Michel de Montaigne.
2 or 3 1/4.
3
and
nope.
Don't worry, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
The quote isn't from Montaigne, but I just needed to know that word. All right, so this one's a bit long. So here we go. This is under the section Harmony and Conflict of Interest, by the way. The ultimate source of profit and loss on the market. The changes in the data whose reiterated emergence prevents the economic system from turning into an evenly rotating economy and produces again and again entrepreneurial profits and loss are favorable to some members of society and unfavorable to others. Hence, people concluded the gain of one man is the damage of another. No man profits but by the loss of others. This dogma was already advanced by certain ancient authors. Among modern writers, Montaigne was one of the first to restate it. We may fairly call it the Montaigne dogma. It was the quintessential of the doctrines of mercantilism, old and new. It is the bottom of all modern doctrines, teaching that there prevails within the frame of the market economy an inconceivable conflict among the interests of various social classes within the nation, and furthermore between the interests of any nation and those of all other nations. End quote.
What's that saying?
Oh, I mean, it goes on here. Talks about how this particular dogma, it stays. So, like, I mean, I can keep on going, but that wasn't the idea. Like, oh, here's this.
More of like a paraphrase summary of what we just.
I guess like the kind of
what I'm hearing is very market oriented, so that may help to have it in a more digestible.
Yeah, so I guess to kind of shrink that a little bit. So it just talks about like this particular dogma that was used by a lot of the earlier writings. So Montaigne, he's this French philosopher from the 14th century, or 15th century. Excuse, or no, so the 1533. That's the 16th century.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be 16th century.
Yeah, 16th century French philosopher, and a lot of the French philosophies like were fairly dogmatic in their nature, which did set root through a lot of things. So, I mean, this whole section is like 20 pages long or something like that. I can probably continue that one later, but yeah, it's just like dogma is just like that particular type of like mindset usually stems to like fixated on this sort of like circular pattern, and there's only like partial truths in certain areas depending on like what you're looking at, and then those are usually kind of done as like staples for the next round of like full philosophical momentum. I know, so that one was quite a lot to eat, but that middle quote there was what was kind of like caught my attention when I was scanning through some stuff. So did you forget how to play? Because I kind of did.
I'm trying to remember what we were doing last.
All I remember is that I need to put down 2 manufacturers for the next phase, or 3 manufacturers for the next phase of the rigamaroni here, the modular engines and the adaptive controllers or whatever. Can I even build 2 of these? No, I need to go upstairs. Yes, but how have you been?
It's been alright. Yeah, same old, same old. Nothing's changing on the weekly basis. Might be a good thing. Trying to think,
What was I
work's
doing?
been kind of slow. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
that's like the most interesting point to make. I'd rather not go too into detail for recording, but it's just been slow. So I
Yeah.
haven't been able to get as much work done as I would have liked, but in a way that is good since it was out of my control.
Yeah, I PTO'd since last week, so I'll have
Did you have to use your
Monday off.
PTO for that, or was that just like everyone got it? Because I
That was the
wasn't
only
from
PTO I had, and I just like those
oh,
3 days here this week that I was able to use it. So
hey man, at least you got to use it. Didn't go to waste. You said it doesn't roll over, right?
yeah, so
Yeah,
that is
definitely
the
good that you did that.
oh, that guy's. What are you stuck on? What are you make that? Yes, you make computers, and then I'm gonna need computers for something.
Oh, I know the biggest thing that happened this freaking week. Medieval Dynasty. That game. That game. Okay, so I was like, oh, I got some time to kill or whatever. So I picked it up, bought it, played it, and oh man, that game. It instantly hooked me. I got freaking addicted real quick on that.
Is it like crack or something? Like, how did you?
It
What
was
was the
for me,
story?
man.
Lay it out.
I mean, it's just like a survival game. That's all it is. You build your own medieval village essentially. But the big thing that really caught me was like a huge portion of the game is making money. It's like you're on this for a good while. You're on this like verge of poverty and being able to actually buy things. And I really like that kind of concept where it's like you work for the money, you get the money, you move up, and then you get the things you want. Not too dissimilar to life, only on a much faster time scale. You don't have to work for 50 years. You work for, whatever. But that game was particularly fun because it was like, okay, you're a poor medieval serf. You need to eat. So you need to get food. How do you get food? Well, you can grow it, but to grow it, you need a farm. And to farm, you need farming tools. So it's like cascades like that. Like, most survival games. Only once you have those survival elements like taken care of for your character, or characters if you have a village, then you can start selling off the excess and afford, other things like buying animals or fancy trinkets and whatnot, or even better equipment. So it's a little more fun in that way. Like, have you ever played Valheim?
No,
Have you ever seen gameplay of it?
I know enough of it to kind of understand it, but
Okay.
carry on. I pretend
Well,
like I
it's
know enough about it.
it's vaguely similar to that
All right.
game.
Okay, but I noticed it
If you
was
had played the
completely single
game,
player. Is that the case?
no, it's multiplayer. Valheim's multiplayer, but Medieval Dynasty is single player. Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously, it would be really nice if that game was multiplayer, but the way it plays, you would be done with the game much, much faster.
Ah,
Because essentially, like, if you had more than one of you, you'd just be getting so much work done.
almost like
Whereas if you're
real
just
life.
single, yeah, kind of. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. It was just like it really vibed with it. It was like the perfect game. Until like now, I'm hitting like the 40-hour mark in like a week or two.
That's not
And
good. We're too old for those kind of things, Taylor.
dude, you're telling me, man. I stayed up until 3 a.m. one day playing it. I had to work in the morning. I woke up and I was
What?
like, what was I thinking?
Oh
Why
my
would I do
god.
that? I
You're
was
a
like a zombie
madman.
that day. It was awful. I'm just glad we were having like a slow day at work. You know what I mean? It's like I was not. It's not 100% that day. I mean, I was able to do my work and what I had done, no problem. But like, oh man, awful. But yeah, I mean, it was darn fun, man. Now I'm sort of like hitting the end game where I'm like, what do I do? See, the interesting point about that game that's rarely done in other games is you age, and eventually you do die of old age.
Oh,
And then when you die of old age, you have an heir, and your heir takes over. So you essentially start playing as the heir, your kid.
okay, all right.
So that's a really cool point, but there's a bit of a downside to it. It takes like hundreds of hours to get to that point of dying of old age.
And what, your
So
character
like,
dies at 20 or something of old age? Because of his...
no, he'd die into the 60s and possibly even live up to the 70s, I think. I think it's a random chance. What I read was there's a random chance after you turn 60, so just like real life,
Random chance. It's crazy.
Just die of a heart attack at the age of 60, 5 years before retirement.
Oof. I guess, well, I know, like, apparently the Greek times, like, 60 was, like, average retirement age.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that it's like, oh no, they all died in their 20s or whatever, but no, they really didn't.
Yeah, but it was still, like, pretty easy to get whacked. Just
Well,
get,
sure,
like,
I mean, if you got an infection, you're not going to be able to go to the hospital because, limited understanding. And like you said, whack, I'm sure back then you had more to worry about when it comes to like bandits and stuff.
Let me look at that. What does this conveyor do?
Getting robbed or even getting punched.
Huh. Was this supposed to be quartz at some point? Alright.
Yeah, we've got quartz. Were you making a second line of quartz?
No. But, one thing should start doing at some point, maybe not necessarily tonight, but on the conveyor lines, we're starting to get the intake is starting to become a lot. We need to start pinning little signs amongst the core parts of the rail to indicate what's on it, just in case it goes empty and it's like, what was here?
Oh, that's what you mean.
We'll worry about that later. All right, where do my stators come from? Who makes stators?
Oh yeah, I saw that our stators were out.
You come here and you... What the fuck was this? Okay, it's coming out of this guy. You don't get steel pipe. What? Okay, you do get steel pipe. You're just paused. Okay, that's fine. I have a lot of stators right now. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to drag these lines across. So stators come out of here. I guess I could split them here. That would be kind of easy. Alright. Oh, too sharp. Don't tell me that. Aha, perfect. There we go. That, no, I want just like a Mark III or something. And stators are okay to be made again, but I'm just gonna yoink out a lot of them. And you don't get stators, it's this guy gets stators. I have stators going into the wrong thing.
Alright. I have fixed our lack of iron. I think I was like 90% done before
Lack of
we
iron?
hopped off. Yeah, we actually had a lack of iron on the top floor.
Oh.
It was only on the top floor. The bottom floor was getting plenty. But it's been fixed now. We've got a completely filled tier 4 conveyor belt shooting iron into the into the base. Almost a database. Too much work for me. We need more encased steel beams so we can start upgrading things.
I guess that guy could be upgraded. He is quite slow even with 2 overclocking layers on them. That would be an expansion of the production pipeline.
Or what?
Encased steel beams. Okay, circuit boards need to come over from storage. I guess I don't necessarily be able to come from storage. 8. Yes, I see. Columns team handles, despite the fact they were obviously grilled. But what the fuck?
Yeah, gotta say, I'm glad there was a second resurgence of that. It's pretty great.
Well, I guess that's... What the hell? What the fuck is this? Where does a power... Where the hell did this come from? What? Where's just a power pole sticking into the ground? Oh, we mustn't forget that the advent calendar at the hub gives us many good and yummy resources. I don't know when
Advent
that little...
calendar?
Yeah, there's an advent calendar that's in the hub. It's giving us a
The
lot,
heck is
of,
that?
lot of tickets.
Why are the calendar giving us things?
If I could... What day? It's 30th? What number did I last use? 18. 18 gives us... superposition oscillators, alright. 23 gives us... snowball. 20 gives us... Oh, color cartridges, alright. 25 gives us... What the heck is this? Oh, firework. We have fireworks now.
Pretty topical.
Is that topical?
So that's pretty topical.
Oh, yeah, seeing New Year's stuff.
Yeah,
We also have
right.
quantum computer now. It might just be dumpster fuel, depending on what's needed.
Gonna throw away quantum computers.
2021? Ornament. Alright, 22. Get ahead. Oh, I already did 22. 23? I did 23. Did I do 24? No, I didn't. We have finger emotes. What about 26?
Wow.
Is it in that?
Remotes.
Alright, so it ends at 25. So we have all of them now.
I'm gonna get something set up on the second floor
Ooh, free power shards.
for
What the
in
heck?
case
That was
students-
20 free power shards.
What?
The little advent calendar thing's great.
Yeah, dude, that's huge. There's lots of places I could use some more of those.
Neat. Yeah, that thing gave us like 40 awesome shop tickets. I spent quite a number of them.
Hopefully to get good stuff. Right.
The awesome shop gave us concrete.
Yeah, but that's old news.
That's old news. That's high noon.
What have you gotten lately? Oh, I'm actually on the first floor, not the second.
Oh, there they go. The first round of adaptive control units have made it onto the conveyor. They're just young little adaptive control units going off to college.
The heck is an adaptive control unit?
It's one of those pieces up in the top right corner that we need to go to the next stage.
Yeah, that's something I've been neglecting lately. It's fine.
Yeah, I've been neglecting it. Your only important son.
I don't think I have been producing adaptive control units, but you know, what do I know? Maybe I'm part cyborg.
Part cyborg. No, you just watch Teen Titans too much.
There's
Deep cut.
a show I haven't heard about in a very long time.
You don't remember you put that on the Plex?
Yeah, I did, but that's probably the last time I even heard about it. Much less
Yeah.
watched it.
Unfortunately, they just never continued the show. It just kind of
It's like a cliffhanger or something. I don't remember where they left off. Or
yeah, it was
anything.
basically a cliffhanger, and the expectations they were going to get renewed, but it didn't. And then they just decided to make Teen Titans Go because Cartoon Network. That was like right at the time they were pivoting to do like live action stuff, and then they killed all their animation things for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Basically, somebody ended up high on crack.
Basically, cartoons were too expensive.
Basically, yeah. It's kind of crazy how all that works. It's like, oh, here's the thing, this medium that just like gets digested by so many people.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it kind of makes sense because they're a fairly popular news network.
So,
And the amount of views they would lose by switching over to cartoons is probably negligible compared to the amount of savings they'd make from changing the medium.
that's probably why they did it.
It is kind of a shame, though. It's kind of the same deal with, like, YouTube.
How it's just become more and more targeted advertisement.
How basically podcasts and Let's Plays reign supreme because of the massive game time.
Yeah,
and the
that
amount
viewer time.
Yeah, versus, like, how hard it is to actually make the content. Like, it's not difficult to do a Let's Play. You know, people will claim it is, but it's really not.
And then you have
Sure,
the
the
guys,
best-
Yeah, then you have the guys who are like, oh, you know, the algorithms. That's not hard to deal with at all. Like, it's the algorithm is super easy to manipulate and work onto your side. It's like, all right, prove it. How come it doesn't work for
And-
me? Well, you're not uploading every day, and you're not doing all these edited videos. I'm like, I don't have time to do that shit.
I mean, that's what people spend time on, and that's how they end up with it.
Yeah. So it's like, all right,
But-
maybe your point's true, but I'm not in the position to be able to conclude to your point.
But I mean, my point isn't necessarily that either. It's just like,
Like, this is the hypothetical point that
yeah,
gets pointed
but
out.
like, I don't want people to like conflate difficulty with effort. Like, there is some level of effort in making a Let's Play or a podcast. You know, you may have to know the topic, you may have to research on it. But I mean, you compare that to like actual, 9 to 5 job. And you'll probably be working a lot more than those, I would imagine. I feel like any time anyone talks about their work, though, it's always, oh, I'm doing the most difficult thing in the world. It's like, they need validation to prove that what they're doing. They have to convince themselves and whoever's listening that what they're doing is difficult and meaningful. But, like, most jobs just aren't like that.
I guess, like, to some extent, depending on who you're asking and what they're doing and their experience, it might be in that sense where it's true to them in those, like, contexts.
Well, I think it's also true to a lot of people. Like, they might truly believe it, but I don't think it's the fact because they just don't have that experience with things otherwise. Like, well, I'll try not to name any names here, but there are YouTubers who are talking about how, and, these may not be their words exact, but they more or less make it, they more or less imply this, that their Let's Plays take a lot of work and effort, and this and that, or that their podcasts are very difficult to do. And you know, compared to like scripted work, there may be a lot of work involved with editing and this and that, because editing ends up being like the crutch that a lot of YouTubers use to say this work is difficult. Probably time consuming to some degree, but I don't know if I'd call it difficult. It's not like something, I mean, there are techniques you can use to always be better, right? It's still one of those topics that has a lot of depth to it. But anyways, that's sidetracking. Anytime you hear a YouTuber talk about that kind of thing, it's always, you know, their job's difficult. But then it's like you hear about what they were doing before, and it's like, oh, I was working at as a GameStop manager, or,
Yeah.
you know, I was flipping burgers at Burger King, and it's like, you know,
Yeah, I always find that.
okay, yeah, those jobs are probably more difficult than what you're doing now. Otherwise, why wouldn't you, you know, keep doing it? Maybe they're just
Yeah.
getting paid really well. I don't know, but
Yeah, I get what where you're getting at there. It's so like you have these. You when you get motivated enough to like do that full time, and it becomes your person and everything, and then it's like, well, your previous job was, you know, scraping shit off the ground, or something like that. You know, it's a very
yeah.
it was very like mundane work. It's like, yeah, you know, good job for you. You got out of that and you moved on and updated yourself in life. But then it's
Yeah,
like I
exactly.
also like see it from the point of view. It's like your current job isn't necessarily the hardest possible job being done, and that's not like you know, crap on their parade or whatever. It's just like I guess like the level of experience that they have is not necessarily equatable to more what we might perceive as more difficult jobs.
Exactly, yeah. Like, okay, I wouldn't even call my job terribly difficult. I think if you are very good at programming to some degree, you won't have as much difficulty programming. Now, when I hear somebody who's like, oh, you know, editing videos and this and that is super difficult, I'm like, what are you smoking? I got paid the same amount. All I had to do was freaking edit some videos every day. And it's like, okay. You can easily... How do I explain it? It's like... Another point to this is that there are some people who do really well edited videos. It's very good content. One of them that I'm thinking of went on like a yacht, right? Had like a vacation on a yacht or whatever, did huge amount of traveling, you know, a lot of travel channels, for example, or this way, where they'll go out and they'll do something, and it's like, it's all being funded by their YouTube and merch and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, their job at that point is essentially to edit videos. And most of them actually seem to be hiring editors. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've noticed there's been like a lot of people.
I almost don't know of
Actually-
any YouTubers that they themselves still do that video editing. Like,
Yeah,
just
right.
like most of the ones I watch, I have either gotten to that point where they're leveled up to a position where hiring an editor or two is just like more than practical.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that as well. But
And it's
I mean,
not
that's
that's a
my
bad
point.
thing. That's like that's a milestone of growth.
yeah, absolutely. But then it's like, that's the extent of their job at that point is then traveling. And it's like, okay, what's more difficult? Traveling or your current 9-to-5 job? Traveling or, you know, plumbing some
I guess that
person's
is
house
also a
whose
bit
pipes-
subjective because, you know, there's traveling and then there's traveling to somewhere like the Middle East or less than, you know, Western friendly countries, you know. It's like maybe that has its own level of stress to it. So,
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, we're not talking traveling is even just to a normal relaxing country is gonna have some level of stress or even anxiety possibly to it. But like, I think that it's negligible compared to what you would experience doing a regular job. You probably have a heck of a lot more stress doing a regular job than that. And it's like these
I think
people have the gall to make their
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think the crux of the argument here is that they're, from our perspective, like we know of harder, more difficult jobs, and then that we hear the ideas of more difficult jobs being out there involved in the space of YouTuber, influencer, online influencer, Instagram, yada yada yada, as being like to us that seems mundane and easy. Is it? Am I getting that right?
In a way, yes. That's probably the majority of what I'm trying to say. You know, I just think that it's among the easier jobs, or more jobs are probably more difficult than it. But
And that the
when an
complaining
influencer or
about it
YouTuber talks about
is,
it,
yeah.
they try to justify that their work is meaningful and difficult. They always bring up editing. Oh, well, I still got to edit. You know how many hours I've had to edit this video? I spent 60 hours editing this video, and it's like, okay, I spent like 40 programming a single feature the other day. I'm gonna spend 40 more programming it this week. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not a literal example. I'm not literally doing that, but I have done that on many occasions. And it's like, that's just time into it, not difficulty into it. It's like editing a video is finding the good parts in a very subjective manner of like piecing together the video to put out a narrative in an entertaining manner. I have done that on many occasions, and probably not nearly to the degree of the channels I'm talking about.
Now,
But
is
the
this
fact that I could
directly
do it
at
as like,
travel channels? Is that what I'm getting at here? Is that there's two
uh,
travel channels, or this is like broad
I'm
spectrum
I'm
influencer
sticking to
culture?
travel channels because that's how I started this
Okay.
conversation, right? Because I was talking specifically because travel channels involve a lot of showing you an entertaining, like, someone might go to a really fancy hotel, or they might show off a really cool train ride, or there's dozens and dozens of different things, right?
Now, what
And I'm just implying like
spurred
that's what we
that?
would do. What was that?
What kind of spurred that thought again? Because I've kind of lost track of that.
I mean, I think I was just complaining about the difficulties of jobs. I can't remember what that started that conversation,
All
but
right.
just feels that a lot of YouTubers just use the editing as their crux to say, hey, my job is difficult because look how much time it takes me to edit. And it's just like, well, yeah, that's still like half the time you would do otherwise. Or even if it's not half the time and it's actually, you're doing 60-hour weeks or 80-hour weeks editing videos, right? The amount of money you're making is practically proportionate to that. Whereas if you're doing a 9 to 5 job, you work 80 hours, you're still getting salary. You're not getting overtime. But I just feel like there's this almost hypocritical view that these people have because that's what they've been doing for so long. It's like they need to justify that to themselves and whoever's listening.
All right. Well, now, was this like a video that you watched recently with somebody making this complaint, or is it just? I'm trying to figure out how we got onto this conversation.
If you don't want to be on the conversation, we can change topics.
Well, it's just like, this is kind of bizarre how we got here.
How so?
I don't know. I just like can't recall the chain of thought that got us to this point. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're distracted. I wonder how fireworks work in this game. I'm building a few now. Do I have to have a thing? Work assembler or equipment workshop? But what do I do with them? Oh. Okay. I need to get this guy out. Then I do firework. Alright. Reloading. Take this to a safe place. Safe, but maybe elevated place. Hey, show me what you got.
Do what?
My big sign. Alright, firework. Oh. Hey, where'd you go?
I'm on the first floor. I've been here for
I was gonna say, can you
quite a
see me
while now.
from where you are? I'm on top of the big rock with the show me what you got sign. go to a
The
position where you
top
can see me.
floors. All right.
I want to know if you're able to see this.
Let's see. I don't see you. See the sign, but I don't see you.
I'm right next. I'm to the.
Oh no, I can see you. Yeah, yeah.
All right, watch. I'm going to hit this button.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I was pretty far up there.
I do have one more. I'm just going to do this one real quick and neat.
Oh, okay. There it goes. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Snowball.
I just wish there was noise, you know? Half of fireworks is having your ears.
Oh,
drums
it
busted.
had a noise over here, I guess.
Yeah. I guess they wanted to prevent
Snowballs are
people
explosives in this
beating.
game.
What in the world?
I just had a snowball explosive. Well, they can blow up rocks, at least. One of the things I got for Christmas was a bookshelf, so I can have more organized shelving than nothing.
Is it one of those like 6 foot or 8 foot bookshelves?
No, so my brother-in-law made it. It is just it's meant to be hung on a wall, so it's just two layer or just two shelves wooded together, and they're on a back plane that have some they have some hooks for, well, they have like little pegs for just holding up my hats and stuff.
Yeah.
I can send you a picture of it later. It's not that big.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. If you handmade it.
So if you put away the boombox, it actually puts the sound in stereo while playing the music. As in, like, just scroll to a different thing. Honestly, it's worth every little penny, that boombox. Alright, so adaptive control units are stuck somewhere down the line. I'll have to go figure out what's wrong with those in a few. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's just something small. I need to get the next level of modular engines going. Yes, that's right. I don't know if this is easier or not. Probably not. Oh.
steel beams being made on the bottom floor. I'm turning all the steel beams into encased ones now.
Well, that's what you want. Oh, yeah, sulfur was the other thing I need to worry about. Oh. Oh, that's what's supposed to be coming down the line. Oh, right. Sulfur never made it over here for some reason. I don't know why. I have to go figure that out. Actually, snowballs are an explosive, which is kind of funny.
And there's a surprising amount of like bottlenecks in some of these belts you were putting down.
What do you mean?
They go from like Mark 3 to Mark 2s
Oh, yeah.
to Mark 1s.
Yeah, I just try to get the thing built and then upgrade it as I go.
Yeah. I'm just going through right now and upgrading some of the like lower tier ones to at least Mark 3s. I don't want to waste my precious industrial steel beams yet. Gotta let those accumulate so I can upgrade our like steel or something.
Oh, that's right. I need to make 2 of these. Oh. Because nothing's making smart plates right now. So that needs to be built. Oh, no, I need more plastic. That's right.
Yeah, so heavy modular frame should be being created a little faster.
Or it's already got an over. It's already got 3 overclock. Wait, no, it doesn't have any overclockers on it.
Well, I mean, the screws were also not coming in fast enough. So it was making one and waiting for the screws to fill up and then making the next. If you overclock it, I don't think it can support 2 of them. I don't think the screws are coming in that fast. You need to hook up a dedicated screw making machine for it.
Alright, so what does this guy need? You need a plastics. Where's one of the plates? Here we go. Here's a plate. Pipeline. Plates. Yes, you're getting plates. Now you need a rotors pipeline. Those come in over here. Cannot afford. There's gonna be a better way. Hold on. Plates, rotors, and you need a plastic. Alright, so where are my plastics? Here they are. Neat. I need motor and rubber. Oh shoot, I'm not making any. None of the rubber is coming over here. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Only thing that's coming over here right now is packaged fuel. I'll have to worry about that in a minute. Oh, let's see. Other thing, motors. I got plenty of motors right now. Cable? Oh yeah, the cable pipeline is also very slow. There's only like one cable maker I have that I have pulling over, and it is very much being drained dry. So motors, you make motors? Yes, yes you do. Neat.
Are you still doing that 4-day week?
As far as I know, yes. So I'll still be doing 4 days a week at the office, and then the 5th day remote. So unfortunately, that has
Oh, so
not
you're doing
changed
full
yet.
5 days?
Yes, yes, I know that was always like the case with it.
Thought you were doing 4 times 10.
That was when I was working the shop for that short period of time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, dang, man. So is it... You feeling any better about it?
The job itself,
Well, the whole situation.
That is
So
a
yeah,
that is a tricky situation. I mean, now that I've had some time away from it and think about it, there's nothing bad to say about it, which I think is a good thing. Outside of like the more nuancy parts of it and stuff. There's something like the exact work itself currently doesn't really have it. There's no issues with it. But it does not stay around mentally. So it's very... How do I want to put it? It's just a job to be a job. And I have more of a drive to want to climb and do something more than not.
and I mean that's a pretty common sentiment that a lot of people have actually.
Yeah, I mean, I figured as much. Still, though, do have to kind of take in that whole thing into consideration with the get something next going in life kind of deal. I think that it's just like, you know, it's just mission, you know, it's just like, gotta have that mission, vision, and goal. Sometimes you get the mission, sometimes you get the goal, but not necessarily to have both at the same time. Alright. That gives a little bit more. This whole area needs to be kind of redone anyways. It's still basically the original design I gave it over by the copper, where I have copper sheets and copper cable being made. It's basically the original design, kind of just right then and there. I guess one thing I could do... 7.
You said you got 20 power shards, right?
Some of them got put around, but I have a few left.
Should hand a few to me. There's quite a few bottlenecks we need to resolve with 1 or 2 or 5.
I currently have 6.
Could I get like 5? Or 4?
Sounds like I figure out what the heck's going on with this system over here.
Hello?
Yeah, oh, that's going the wrong way. Give me a few minutes. What the heck? Why aren't they going through? What in the world is going on? When you want to make jank and it doesn't actually jank up, why does it not? Why you no jank? Why you no jank?
Why are you trying to make Jake?
I'm trying to make some jank because I don't want to redo the whole thing, and I need to get them working on rubber. Why aren't you? What in the world? Why are they just stopping? What? What's wrong with this? This merger's broken. What the? Oh, that might explain it. All right. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. It's very jank now. At least that's working. Alright, this is a horrendous solution to what shouldn't be a problem, but it so I have a line for for copper wire coming out of a constructor, but I want to store some copper wire, so I store it into a box. However, copper wire is very seldomly unused, so it just loops into a box and goes to a merger and just basically goes into another constructor for the unintended, the potential chance of me using or needing to come by and get the cut stuff later. Unfortunately, I don't do this for copper sheets or copper cables, so those, well, copper cables do get stored, but copper sheets do not. So copper sheets are just stolen straight off the production line.
Nice.
Alright, so you need my remaining power shards, or would you like them?
At least a few of them. I'd like them in my inventory.
You still don't show up on my compass for some reason ever since that time it glitched out.
Here.
Where are you located?
I mean, ever since you glitched out,
Oh, here
didn't
you
you
are.
have like some sort of weird error?
Yeah, like I got... There you go. You can take those.
Thanks.
Oh yes, rubber. I'm working on rubber. Ugh, you walk away from something for a minute and you forget what you're doing.
Oh, you gotta be careful with this game.
What the
Was there a recent update to this game? At least since we last played.
I don't think since we last played, no.
Okay.
Or at least I haven't noticed one.
I like traveling through the tubes is a little different. I was getting a boost every time I hit one of those little sections or whatever. But it might have just been doing it all wrong.
Oh, I have no clue what these tubes go to on the base anymore. That's the one that goes to the rigmarole.
You're the one who built it. Of all the things you should
We haven't
be
played in like 2
capable of
weeks.
doing that. 2 weeks, man? I mean, you should at least vaguely remember. I mean, come on.
Hey, look, perhaps putting them close to each other isn't necessarily the best idea. You can only like get muscle memory to kind of tell you where you've done them.
I guess that does kind of make sense.
I still think it was funny that you were like right next to me and I was looking on the mini map for you. I'm like, where the heck are you? You were standing right in front of me. Aha. I think I found the culprit. There were many still in the box versatile frames. So come here, guys. Oh, there's still one on the dang line. I can't. No, come here. Give it to me. Ow, silliness. There they go. Into the space elevator. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16.
You ever tried to ride a whale tick?
No.
Well, you can. You've got a jetpack now.
Oh. Is it?
It's kind of jank.
Oh, it's jank, huh? It's not efficient at all.
It's. You can tell they didn't want you to do it. Put it that way. Give it a try, you'll see.
Right. Motors. What the? Where's that? And then they need rubber. Alright, time to go sell my rubber pipeline. I hope that thing's not jank. I think it's very jank. I don't know where sulfur is either. That also is probably broken, very jank, and is nowhere to be found. But I guess getting the manufacturing for rubber is probably more important.
It'd be increasing on plastic.
Yeah, you can have fun with that one.
Black.
I guess that is my responsibility.
Aren't you the oil baron?
Oh, making me go. Oh, shoot. This guy. Oh, no. I'm going to have to produce another separate line for rubber away from... Man, it's going to... Alright, fine. I can do that. It's only the worst thing in the world.
Oh my god. Make it sound terrible, but, you've only done it like 10 times already.
You've only done this thing 30, 40 times, and you keep complaining about it. Like, how could you possibly think of it as the hardest job in the world?
Man, I'm sorry they updated this game, so, like, you just can't put things on top of each other like you could before.
That could be true.
I know they definitely did for the coal generators.
They improved the collision to increase realism.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the word they used. Improved.
We stopped the
word I would
jankification of this broke-ass system.
They broke it.
They done broke my brokenness. They done took my job.
Well, I upgraded our concrete. It's not perfect, but I think we were kind of running low. We were almost like meeting the exact amount that we were making.
A couple things are like that. Not gonna lie.
I think only the concrete was. Unless you're talking about like Katarina, one of the resources I haven't touched yet. I did upgrade our quartz.
Yeah, but say quite a few things are probably jank. I just probably will never get
I
around
just
to
got done.
fixing.
I just got done fixing our iron and our steel, so
Oh come on, really?
I wouldn't say I properly fixed the concrete, but hey, it's a little better. Oh wait, oh no.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were just meeting our concrete. Now we're completely using it all.
Oh.
We're not storing any of it anymore.
I know copper cable is pretty much like that. Actually, some was being stored. I know copper sheets are pretty much like that. Copper sheets could go into a storage. I'm never
haven't
gonna get
actually
around to it.
upgraded
It's
our
just not gonna
copper.
happen unless you do. The copper sheets are just gonna like not occur.
Oh no, okay. I did upgrade it just enough so it's kind of stacking back into the tracks, but only just barely. Like we're neck and neck. Probably because these encased steel beams. I did upgrade that.
I'm about to say, you know how you were talking about bottlenecks with the conveyors and stuff? Yeah, I
Yeah.
ran out of encased steel beams. Then I ran out of regular steel beams, and now I'm down to my last little bit of regular Mark Ones.
Oh no.
Let's just say
I'm sure we have plenty.
rubber's gonna take quite a while to get over here. Just gonna put that out
Dear God, please don't.
there. But I gotta
I
get
don't
it
even
up.
want to.
Getting up
I
is
don't even
more
want to go
important.
try finding it. Just come back to the base and grab some like steel beams. We got plenty of them. Thousands even.
It's too late. It's gonna be faster to upgrade it later.
It will not be fast.
It's
I
gonna
can
be
guarantee
faster.
that.
I gotta get it.
You are. That is a fallacy of some kind. I'm sure of it.
You're not gonna tell me I'm committing war crimes.
That's what you did with the rigmarole. That's a war crime. You tried in the military court for that junk.
Get tried. Get a tribunal to trial him. You know those backdoor courts, kangaroo courts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
There's just a little bit of lag. I can't click on anything. Double check your settings. Make sure the game is saved.
here, I'll do a quick save. Alright, I saved the game. I'm gonna jump off the VPN because I do see I'm on it. Alright. How's that? Did you lose connection?
No. Or, well, I might lag back here in a second. I still got holograms up. Give it a few minutes. I might be lag jumping here. Oh, there it goes.
I've noticed the VPN does tend to slow down every now and then, so.
Oh, is this going the right way? No, it's not. Really? What? How did this direction get changed? I swear, this shit always happens. Like, you'll be putting it one way 1 second, then all of a sudden it flips on you because it didn't connect properly. Yeah, this is not supposed to be possible. And then it does it anyways.
What do you mean? What's happening?
This conveyor's got flipped on me again. My Mark 1 conveyors got flipped on me.
No, I've never had that problem.
Oh, having Mark 1 conveyors instead of Mark 3s.
No, having my conveyors flip. It must be like the direction you begin or something.
It's really bizarre because I'll connect it on a line that's already going in a direction, and then it's just flipped on me somehow, and it's like really
Yeah.
weird how that happens.
It's definitely supposed to like, you know, take from the previous track that you're connecting it to, so that's really weird.
Am I not making any rubber? Because I don't think I am. No, I'm only making plastic right now. Oh, great. Like, I only have enough for encased steel beams. I need more motors anyways. I'm probably about need 3 more refineries just to make a proper, whatchamacallit, a ring dingy, a rigamaroni.
I tripled the amount of encased steel beams I'm producing, but that still like, makes them we need like 20 times what we're doing. We want to start actually using Mark IV conveyors.
The oil production or the fuel refineries are. I could triple the amount here just with the supply that's being made. It's just backlogged in supply. I'm actually just going to get to that point where very, very soon, actually, I just noticed, I'm going to have more fuel in storage than what I can actually utilize. So I need to get, if I even have it in my quick bar, because I probably don't. No, that's package guy. No, can I even build one right now? I need a... What is it? What are you called? You are a... Nope. Logistics... organization? Uh-huh. Industrial fluid buffer. Or at least have some pipe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue upgrading our concrete because one's just not doing it.
Am I really going to sit here and get 30 plastics just to put down one fluid buffer? You're darn right I am.
Could you imagine having 9 assemblers all producing concrete and that still not being enough? It's crazy.
You have the assemblers making concrete? Don't we have a refinery recipe for concrete? Oh no, we passed on that one.
It's constructor. I get the 2 mixed up. Factory uses assembly machines, I think.
Whoa, 2400. Alright, that's a much bigger upgrade than the 400 levels before. I might as well just go ahead and try to replace all of those guys. This should help alleviate some of the pressure off the fluid buffer system I currently have. That's right, no more packaged fuel is being currently made. I could make some, I could have a packaged fuel pipeline running. But you said you need more plastic?
I just see that the fuel and plastic are kind of lacking a little bit, so we need both.
Rubber. Rubber.
I mean, do we need rubber right now? We need rubber.
We need lots of rubber. Those
rubber on the pipe.
Those engines need rubber under manufacturing, and I have no more rubber. Do I have? Oh, all right. Good thing you don't need rubber to make these guys. So I'm gonna need about 3 more refineries, I think.
I'll make sure you grab your rotors.
Motors. You need motors for the refinery.
Ah, motors. You're right.
Close enough. I do like the way I put this refinery setup going. It's all nice and tidy. It's my prized possession currently.
I should come over there and work on it.
No. I just need a lot of resources. I just don't have on me.
I'll be sure to.
I have a sign over here, really?
I'll be sure to come over there and boil some ravioli on it.
Don't put your ravioli in my fettuccine, okay?
It's gonna happen.
My fettuccine Alfredo. We just like keep giving it like various different like Italian cuisine names.
I mean, it's all got to be pasta in the end.
For a game made by a Swedish company.
Is Coffee Stain Swedish?
I'm pretty sure they are. I could be wrong about that.
I didn't know that. I thought they were American.
No.
Given I actually don't know. So.
I know for a fact they are not the U.S. base. Dang, that was worth switching the concrete. Oil.
I still find it ridiculous that you actually have to... Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh no. Oh no, I may not have enough for that. Well, at least this guy's working out. I will go ahead and get stators production going again. Wait, what the heck is this box? Where in the world? Where do you get made from? Where do stators get made? Oh, okay, over here, and then I just turn this guy on. Alright. Alright, I needed those. Now I have none of them. Oh, are you still there? Are you lagging at all?
I'm here. No, I'm not lagging.
Alright, that was just me then.
Get a 4080. That'll stop your lagging. So powerful it'll reach into the network and grab more packets for you. Well, I greatly improved the amount of concrete that we're getting. I don't know how much more I can improve it without just loading them all up on overclockers. Guess I could do that.
I knew it. Copper sheets are not being manufactured fast enough. The entire copper pipeline is just now too slow.
To be fair, if you're using the ones that I made like at the beginning of the game, I have like not touched them at all.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about.
Okay, I can actually go through and upgrade those. I just didn't bother because it looked like nothing was actually using them.
I put a bunch of overclockers on them, but that whole pipeline is just very inefficient right now. I did upgrade the miner, so the miner is actually the fastest thing there, and it's going faster than what the smelters can do. It needs like maybe 2 more smelters, and then it can probably get going. But you want me to do that, or you want me to do rubber? So I need to pick one.
I can do copper. You can do rubber.
Will I have enough? I'm gonna go ahead and steal this plastic, because I'm probably gonna have to build a lot of fluid buffers.
What are you doing wasting plastic on fluid buffers? You should be using it on concrete floors.
To put my fluid buffers on top of?
You don't need fluid buffers. Just you know, I don't know, figure it out.
Wait, this guy has a bunch of. Why do you have a bunch of these? Give me those. I need those. Where were these coming from? Who was making these? Oh, that was all of them. All right. Wait,
All right, now which one of these like 3 pipelines are you taking copper from?
Oh, I'm doing the one that's over by the hub. That's the only one I'm taking copper from right now.
Oh, that copper? It's like, no wonder you're getting a bottleneck.
I just haven't been able to get around to tapping it into anything else.
They've got like 3 copper lines that are completely untapped. They've got so much potential down here.
Ooh, do you have any of them spitting out copper sheets anywhere?
No. You would have to probably wire that up.
Alright, I can have a stroke. I can have a stroke. That's what I can have. Refinery. How many can I make? Only 2. I'm gonna need 3. But yeah, I also say if you just feed some copper sheets into the pipeline up above, that'll probably be a good enough result for my current situation.
Where are you taking copper sheets at?
They are going up. Yes. Well, they're going upstairs with the plastic to be made into crystal oscillators or circuit boards or whatever.
Dang, there's like barely any copper sheets in that one.
Yeah, but copper sheets are also useful. They're also used for building pipeline, the pipes for the hyper tube.
Yeah, so it all ends up down here. And this is similar. Alright, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Motors. Yes, before I forget what I was doing with my life.
Aren't you doing rubber?
Yes, I need them. Why do I have versatile frames? Oh, yes. These away, go work on rubber. They got a lot of versatile frames. I should be good for the moment. How much pipe can I even make if I wanted to? Probably not much. Yeah, I might be short on piping as well. Oh my lord, getting around the space is now getting kind of really annoying.
Also,
there's just so much stuff on the way, and I had to like keep ducking and dodging under the conveyors to do anything.
Oh, I
There's-
just fly over everything.
Oh, mind you, currently there's no more packaged fuel being made for the jetpack. That is a
Oh.
work in progress. Don't worry about it.
That is, I'm gonna worry about it. I'm using up like crazy. You know how much that fuel that I need? Need it all.
Yeah, but to get that pipeline working means also getting plastics working better.
And didn't you do that? I thought you just finished that.
No, because I didn't have enough copper pipe sheets.
For plastic.
Production refineries need
Oh, okay. So you need it for
to
refineries.
get the plastic for the packaged fuel. You need to use plastic out of the plastic pipeline to make it. So it slaps the plastic pipeline in the face. Oh, these are already on the fastest they can go. I probably want at least 100. But I'm not going to wait around for 100, so. I might need to make a hypertube just to get to my other hypertube.
You've already done that.
Several times, and it's not enough. Oh, that's what the little caddy cart is for. It's for driving around your factory floor and parking it in.
Copper sheets. Hopefully this will be enough.
Oh, I also need to upgrade the pipes to Mark II pipes as well. Oh, these conveyors are slowly downgraded to the Mark I's over time. Now, if you want to come
Why
over
are
here
you
and start
downgrading?
upgrading some of the conveyors, that'd be mighty awesome. But
That's your problem. That you are constantly giving us. That is something that I have not contributed to, and I will not be part of fixing.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I'm curious, is this full now? No. Well, I guess that's fine. Okay, so I need to make a couple of you. How do I want to do this? Rubber requires poly resin.
There's your copper sheet problem tripled. Or reduced.
And water. Okay. Just do it. Just do it. Water. Why can't I get this straight? Water. Oh, shoot.
Yep. Now your assembly machine is hopped up on copper plates. However, I think I need more copper feeding into the system now. So I've got to go off and fix it.
What's going on up there?
Okay, yeah, we've got some fixing to do here. Oh boy, do this all over again for copper now. We have literally one smelter, just smelting copper ore. That's all it is. Feeding the entire line of copper, at least the most used one. So, yeah.
Good news, rubber is now being produced. Unfortunately, rubber is not being produced at a state to where it be stored efficiently. Actually, if I can, I should probably go ahead and... Like, I don't have enough copper sheets. It was a perfect amount. I literally grabbed the perfect amount. I have 0 left.
Who says you can't put extractor in a tiny little stream? Hey, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back.
I just had a total
Missed
cinematic
anything?
moment. That's all you missed. Also, you can use the boombox, a turbo bass in the tube, and it's funny.
Is it like anything up?
I mean, you push the button and it does it.
Hey, can you clear poison? Or is that just like permanent?
Well, that's why we got the gas mask.
Yeah, but like, we just straight up remove it?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, if that's a thing or not.
Okay.
Well, good news. Packaged fuel is now coming this way again. You're free to continue being fairly loose with it. Rubber is headed in this direction.
I don't use it for like best purpose, so I don't know if that's like the correct word I would use for that. Pretty shiny ground, you know. You got good stuff going. Wait a second, what is this? This poison disappeared. Oh, there's like a bug that spits it out.
Are you being attacked right now?
No, but it's spitting poison out. Like stands up and then just starts. Can't shock it.
Oh, like the standy bug? Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're
it's
talking
like
about
a
now.
flower, standy flower bug thing. Oh, it's like spewing poison. I thought that was part of the environment. I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you can kill those things.
No, I couldn't. I'm good to know, I guess.
Oh, what the heck? Where's my quartz? Huh. Well, quartz is not coming this way. Well, that sucks.
Hmm.
I didn't.
That's strange.
I didn't notice that until like right now.
What? Oh, yeah, that's curious. I think I was the last one to work on quartz.
Now it was me with the sulfur line. That's the last thing I did yesterday. That I.
Oh yeah.
I must have broke it somehow, but I didn't even touch it. I guess I gotta go over there and figure out what the heck's going on.
You probably upgrade everything to like tier 1s. They're still making it away. After they upgraded, but you know, maybe that way.
Thing is just trippy. I got the music playing on the jukebox with the photo mode, and it's like a cinematic cutscene. I was gonna say if you can watch the stream, do it, because I have a conveyor line on top of the tube, so you only see the conveyor line right now. So it looks like you're going like down the conveyor line in a perfect mapped manner.
Yeah, I see it.
Do you hear the music playing?
Nope. I got you on mute.
Oh, that's fair enough.
What is this music? Sounds like something you hear off a Daggerfall.
The turbo bass is hilarious.
Also, if you're getting lag, it's probably
What would you say?
so if you're getting lag, it's probably actually me watching in the background. It's probably too much for my CPU to handle. My old 10-year-old CPU.
Okay.
I mean, I really hope they announce the new CPUs for AMD in a few weeks.
What in the world is going on here? Okay, gotta double check the conveyors. Make sure they're going the right direction, because that is a thing. Is quartz stalled? Maybe, perhaps. Well, no, it's just sitting there. What the? Why is there? What in the world's going on here?
Did you put a sign on steel pipes?
What?
Wherever
What's
they
wrong
may
with
be?
this thing? Why? What's going on?
It did it again. Stupid bullshit. Taylor,
Hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Just pull the stream up if you still have it on, and wait until you get to where I'm talking at the quartz.
Who knows how long that'll be.
S-
I think I see your problem.
Wait, but I don't. This was working earlier just fine. Wait, this has got to
Did you
be.
even touch that?
I don't. I
Like,
probably.
that part of
I
it?
probably upgraded it, but still, like, why in the world is it like that?
It's just not connected at all.
You know what
Yeah,
really
that's
ruffles my
pretty big.
jimmies? Or does that work?
Why is there sulfur on that same pipeline?
I don't know. I gotta figure that out too.
What?
I don't know. I
What
don't know
did
where
you
that's. I
do?
don't know where that came from. It's just there. It's supposed to be on the
What did
lower
you
one.
do when you were putting sulfur in? Oh my god.
Oh, is that
How
gonna?
is this?
Where does that sulfur go?
Well, not on its dedicated pipeline.
Oh no! Well, shit. Where the fuck is all this sulfur coming from? No. It,
You're gonna clog up
it's
those
not even supposed
refineries
to be on this
downstream.
line. How did it get on this line?
You tell me. You're the one who set this up.
Something got
Oh,
crossed. I
God.
did something. I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Oh, everything is ruined. I'm looking on the stream. Everything's ruined.
You
All
don't,
the
you don't come over here. Let me. I gotta fix
What are
this.
you? No, it's so much sulfur.
I
Oh
don't
my
know
god.
where the hell it came from.
Well,
I don't-
thank God you stopped the thing eventually, but it clogged everything up.
I
Have
was
fun
thinking, oh, it's
cleaning
just gonna
that.
be a little bit. Nope. It's like a whole production line. What the?
Dude, I think,
How
I
did
don't
it
even
get
think
on
that
this
sulfur-
conveyor?
I don't think the other conveyor's even like hooked up for sulfur. I think
Alright,
it's just empty.
What the? Are there?
You're gonna have to clear all those
hell?
refineries out.
What the hell? But you're
wrong with
seeing
that?
this, right? It's only on the lower one. How did it get on the upper one?
Well, it's on the upper one,
What
but
the
then you just added a
What?
conveyor belt that attached to the
What?
bottom
Well,
one.
you looking
you
at
just
this,
did that.
Taylor? You looking at this? It's going teleporting
And-
through space and time. What the?
Wait a second. Wait a second. You're right. Wait a second.
What the hell is going on here?
What am I seeing?
All right, get rid of these for one.
Well, this is a unique problem.
What the fuck?
You're right. Oh my
I
god.
didn't even know that explains a couple things.
Holy crap, this is great. I mean, it's awful, but this is great. Wow, yeah, I think you discovered a bug. That's something. That is certainly that is certainly something.
Or is that working properly? All right. Well, I guess I have to clear that out now. I'm better off just deleting it. Well,
Whatever,
this,
just don't
okay,
break
good news, Taylor. The sulfur line is working. This
You've somehow
quartz,
managed-
however, it's on pause until further notice.
You have somehow managed to connect sulfur to two parallel lines. I don't know how you did it. Mathematically, it's impossible, but by God, you did it.
It must have lagged when it clicked and it just like snapped them together like that.
I feel like it's probably an error when it loaded in.
I have to redo all of this. And I got to redo all of it and hope it doesn't stay broken. Unless I can upgrade these random ones to Mark. Wait, were you going to build another refinery over here at one point? Next to the quartz that were up top? It like, looks like you were.
I left it open in case I needed to. But it seemed like what I had added was enough. For now.
Hang on, I'll just leave it then. I don't need to build another refinery. It's just...
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, where was this line going? What do you mean it's too steep? What the fuck you mean it's too steep? It's not too steep. Bitch, you were just using it like 5 minutes ago.
It's too steep now, though. 5 minutes ago, it wasn't too steep.
but it's
I don't make the rules.
Well, That explains a lot. Well, it actually doesn't explain much at all, but...
I mean, you're streaming the whole thing. Feature I thought we already had. Do we store copper plates anywhere? Or copper sheets? Or am I just gonna have to start grabbing them off the line? Okay. I'm upgrading the quantity that we're making, but it doesn't do anything for the storage. Yep. Just grabbing copper sheets. Sure does take a while. Maybe I'll upgrade this. Oh, dude, they totally broke it. They definitely broke putting like constructors on top of each other. I mean, that's annoying. I mean, I put constructors on top of constructors because, you know, you were talking about 3D space. That's good 3D space usage. But now looking at it, I literally can't reproduce what I've already done. I'm trying to, but like, I see what I've done before when we first started, and I literally cannot do that anymore because it encroaches on others' clearance now. Oh, that's just stupid. That is an unnecessary change that just serves to make things worse. Literally worse. But completely unplayable. Yeah, try not to. Yeah. Nope. Right, so, a splitter. Need a splitter for my splitter. Not there. There is too steep. Well, that's pretty lame, actually.
Whippy.
Still too steep, really.
What the what's going on? Are you able to hear the music when I go past?
I thought I heard you play something. Did you just pass me just now?
Yeah.
It sounded like a trumpet. Like the beginnings of a trumpet. And that's all I heard. You can imagine my confusion. Do you mind? You do very important work here. I'm trying to fix your copper sheet problem.
I'm trying to fix your mess.
I don't know if you made it a mess yet. You're thinking of oil. I gotta fix your oil mess soon.
No.
And that it's not messy enough.
It's not messy enough.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it in Italian over this. Oh, the copper sheets are backed up. Okay. I guess that's one way not to have to worry about a problem. Do you need copper sheets for pipes? You do, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back and grab more sheets then. At least they're backed up. Yeah, they really need to implement the hold down E to pick things up. Instead of having to click it individually.
So, I have some interesting developments over here. If I had a hard drive, I could make turbo fuel and package turbo fuel. I don't know what that does, but just want to put that out there.
Maybe it's better fuel. That's good. We could definitely use that. Is it worth? Does it make it so we can't get the MAM recipes?
Yeah, that's like the alternative for it. Additionally, we can now use a hard drive and guarantee compact coal if we so please.
We don't really need it at this point, though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I didn't really put that out there first.
I guess it would be kind of useful, but only kind of.
Really?
We could still use coal in some degree, but most of the coal pipelines on tier 3s anyways, so which is more than enough for what we're doing with coal. Oh hey, power slug.
Oh, look at that rubber. Here it comes. Sweet, sweet rubber.
Oh, we can just. We have an alternate copper sheet recipe. I don't even know.
Oh. We probably selected it at some point.
We can just use water to get extra sheets.
Huh.
I have two ways to set that up. I'm sure we don't need that many copper plates or sheets. And you can't slide on conveyor. Oh, yeah, you can. You just can't do it when you're going up.
Hey, guess what? Expanded tool belt.
Tool belt has been expanded.
Cool. You would be even nicer. Expanded inventory.
Give me a few minutes.
What's it gonna take to do that?
New
Like, it's gonna be
recipe
something really
unlocked.
expensive. It always is.
What the nuclear deterrent development? Alright.
Why?
Oh, so we can get an expanded inventory.
Man, that one sounds good.
Yeah.
Why do we need nukes again? Like, what is it that we need to nuke?
Oh, I need I need encased uranium cell? I don't even know what to do with that cell.
You get cancer.
What's that thing I
You know
just
what they
made?
need? You know what any of these heavy resource management games need?
What?
They need a way to tap into all of the resources across your entire base at once, remotely. Anywhere.
Huh.
And I know what you're thinking, well, that sounds pretty crazy, right? But you know, there's actually a mod that did that for Minecraft.
Oh, how'd that work?
It worked fantastically, and I loved it.
And I'll
Basically,
never forget the day.
It was the particular mod I'm talking about is called Applied Energistics. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Pretty popular mod. Well, in any case, basically what it allowed you to do is build like a computer, and you could digitize all your items. So all your items go into like essentially one big chest.
Oh.
So the bigger you build that computer, the more memory you add to it, the more items you can store in it. And yeah, basically everything just goes into it, and you open it up, and you have a search bar and everything, because as you can imagine, when you've got everything in one chest, you may have to search to find your item. But what was cool is they had this item you could put on your hotbar, and then you could use that item to access that super chest anywhere you go.
Huh.
And man, that was a huge game changer. Basically, instead of having to like run around your base trying to figure out which chest has what, where you put whatever, you just open it up, and then you can get whatever you want out of it. You don't have to run to and from the base either. As long as you were within range of the thing did have a limited range. You couldn't be literally anywhere, but most places. And as long as you were within the range of it, you could access your entire base's resources. No need to continuously run. I do feel like that's like an absolutely excellent, what's the term? Not user-friendly, but quality of life. an excellent quality of life feature because I feel like a lot of these 3D games rely on the majority of their game time being navigating themselves. Like I feel like and I'm bringing this up because I just walked to and from our base in this game in Satisfactory like 10 times before I had all the resources I need. So I'd go back to our base, grab the thing I need, come back. Oh, now I need rotors. Go back, come back, and I'm like, oh, now I need steel pipes. Basically, I did that like 10 times. Anyways, I feel like games like this in particular really heavily rely on inflating game time using just navigation. It really shouldn't be that way.
What was the last time you played
Walking
Minecraft?
is not gameplay. I don't know, it's been at least a year, probably more.
Really? I
Possibly
think it's
a
been
few
several
years.
years since the last time I played it.
Yeah, I can't quite remember exact details. I was playing it on game night, so Saturday.
Are you
For a
running your
while.
own server, or were you?
I was. I think it was probably like 2 years at this point. But yeah, we basically beat the game. It was a modded Minecraft server, so
What does
Took us
beat
a while,
the
but-
game mean to you on Minecraft?
in that modded Minecraft,
Yes.
it meant crafting the most powerful junk you can, essentially getting creative mode.
And how many people were you playing with?
3 others.
Alright.
Oh, why does that matter?
I was just curious, like, it was the 4 of you?
Yep. And yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. So the big thing though was that super chest you can get. Something that I think a lot more games need to start implementing.
Equipment unlocked.
Factorio kind of does it. Of course, you know, Factorio is basically textbook quality of life game. That's what you follow whatever the heck Factorio was doing. They're kind of a industry leader.
Industry
that.
leader.
I mean, you think I'm joking, but I'm serious. I really do think Factorio may be an industry leader in game quality of life. Because, you know, there's like this argument that game developers have when they make a game. It's like, do we make like, what point is the fun part? And what part do we trim the fat out of? You know what I mean? Like, as a game developer, when you're doing that, you really have to ask yourself, like, what do you keep in the game because it's fun? And what do you trim out because it's not? And those lines get really blurred on some features, you know?
Huh.
I mean, can you not say you've ever had that issue?
It's been a minute since I've been in those boots.
Really, when's the last time you did anything game related?
Several years at this point.
Not even Unreal stuff?
Yeah, I mean, basically, after starting the Masters, I hadn't even touched Unreal or even any in-game stuff in a long time.
That's depressing.
It is.
Is it just
What
because
am
you're
I
not
living
interested
for?
in it anymore?
What was it?
Is it just because you're not interested in it anymore?
The motivation's probably the more thing to kind of look towards on it.
Do you not have fun working in those things? Because you shouldn't have to build all the motivation to do it, but I do get you to some degree.
I guess it was always work, work, work on that kind of stuff, so it
Okay.
quickly kind of fell apart into the, like, this is a work thing to do kind of category. And so
I get you.
I never got that part in my brain where it was like, this is the rewarding thing to do for a living that couldn't make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is. Like, I still try to keep up with it. It's like, I think the funnest part to it.
The heck is lizard doggo? The heck is a lizard doggo?
Oh, they have the red. You're supposed to drop them a thing, and then they give you a thing, and they follow you around forever.
Oh, well, I just put it to the water. Power slug.
Can't afford any 200.
You know, my thing just got turned around. Nice if it didn't do that. I hate this game how it steals your clicks sometimes. I had to click like 10 times before it accepted it. I don't know what is causing that, but that should be like on their first to-do list.
Reuse.
Makes me think like mouse isn't working, but I know it is because it's the only time it ever has that problem.
All right, we got modular engines properly being sent off.
That's automated.
Yes.
Nice.
Copper cable is still giving us issue.
Copper cable?
Yeah, cable. You have a line of cable downstairs, don't you?
Yeah, what kind of cable are you using?
Oh, the cables are needed for the automated wiring, which is now a
No, no, I'm
component.
saying like where are you getting them from?
Oh, my
From
old,
the man base?
yeah, my old hub base area.
Okay.
It's not tapping in.
I'm still fixing the copper input for the second floor, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
really it just
really.
needs a merger before the storage chest because there's two things using the copper cables. And I might just be able to. Where do you have
no,
that?
you don't need to do that. Merger after the storage. Always after the storage.
No, there's two things that are. They have a double stack storage, and there's two things using it. I found your copper cable. The real question is, what's the best way to get it there? Probably up an atom? Or over then up? We're gonna go over and up.
Motors, rotors, and stators. That's a good name for a store. It's also coincidentally where we bundle all of our resources.
Oh, alright, well that's neat. I just learned, you may have already known this, the quick switch feature. I just learned how that works.
Quick switch.
Yeah. I just never
What's
noticed
that?
it there. So when you're holding out an item in the hologram mode, you can push E and it'll rotate between its alternate forms like Mark 1, 2, 3 conveyors, lifts, so on and so forth.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Conveyors, you know. 1, 2, 3, marks.
Wait, what is this? Never mind. It's 1, 2, 3. No. No, it just does the hotbar for me. 1, 2, 3.
when you push E, when you're holding out something in build mode.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. E.
E.
But I heard 1, 2, 3.
It's easy as ABC.
Well, either way, that's pretty cool.
I guess it's always been there. I just never noticed. Alright.
I swear, I keep upgrading the case industrial beams, but they never seem to accumulate on the top floor.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I haven't been taking you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not using it to upgrade conveyors at random points.
I wasn't sure if you were aware of it. It seems you are. That explains everything.
For no particular reason. There's no way that he would have known about this.
Don't steal mine on the bottom floor. You can have the top floors.
What? Oh, okay, that works. Never mind. All right. You know, I'm playing on a 2K monitor. You know how small those pixel perfect things are. You're playing on a 4K monitor. That must be a nightmare to do pixel perfect things at a distance.
Yeah, I guess if I was playing 4K resolution. I
Oh,
don't
you're
think I
not?
am.
Oh, you are playing
Yeah.
4K?
I don't think I am. Let me check. No, I'm playing in 2K.
All right.
I would like to play in 4K, but unfortunately my graphics card's not powerful enough. We've been over this though earlier.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? You got a 3080.
Yeah,
You
80s
have
are
a-
not that powerful.
It's your
when it comes to
CPU. Your
4K.
is your bottleneck probably.
Not. No, because that'll bring me down. Well, maybe. It is for like the higher FPS, but like when we're talking just 60 FPS, no.
Have you lowered your
Could be the
graphical
RAM.
settings, like your lighting or
I'll-
something?
I do have DDR3 RAM, so I mean, it could very well be that.
All right.
But yeah, either way, point is I can't get like I'm getting like 30 FPS in this game, just so you know. On 2K, so like people think 3080s are incredible, but they're really not.
I'm on a laptop and I'm clearly getting higher than 60.
Maybe I got like a bunk 3080 or something.
I think it's just your other parts are bottlenecking your system.
Yeah.
What's your task manager say?
Good idea. Let's take a look.
Yeah, because if your GPU is like hardly being used, then it's your other parts in your system.
Well. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Let me just take a screenshot because you'll understand pretty quickly.
What do you got for me?
There you go. Let me,
What do you got for me?
You will immediately understand. There you go. I sent it to you. How's that? How's
your
that
your,
for
your
bottom
GPU
left?
hardly is doing anything.
Well, I guess that explains that.
Let's see what my side is doing on Task Manager.
Yeah, I need a new CPU, as you can tell.
Yes, Satisfactory. Oop, it's thinking. Oh, it's a little lagging. Yeah, I'm only using like 30% on my CPU.
Dang. What
30 to
CPU do you
40.
have again?
I got the,
Wasteful generation.
oh, I got, more recent AMD stuff over here. What is
Oh,
my
do you?
CPU?
I actually didn't know that. I thought you were running on like
No, I'm on
Intel
my
something.
laptop, remember?
oh,
I
your
got
laptop.
the
Okay.
6900 HX, the Ryzen.
6900. Okay, that's still the good stuff.
Yeah, that's the mobile version.
Mm-hmm. Does your laptop not like overheat when you play games?
No.
I could never play games on mine because of that reason. Well, I could, but risk
It-
damaging it.
It's got plenty of cold air right now, anyways.
Okay.
What was it? Oh, yeah. Yes. I know, I need to go fix more important things. I just need to wait for one more. Oh, I think it's a
If-
whole minute. Oh my god.
If the pipe... Okay, so you have a water extractor. And the
Yeah.
water extractor's pumping water into a pipe. If the pipe
Yes.
stays level, can it go infinitely far?
I don't think so. But like, let's say on my system or the refinery, I don't have any. None of the water extractors have pumps. I never put any pumps on the water extractors if they're even slightly leveled.
Yeah, so my problem is that I kind of need it to go kind of far because I'm just out of places to put more of these refineries. And there's like a poison animal in the way. So I'm thinking of like wrapping around. And that wraparound may either reduce the pressure or do nothing. Because it'll be level. Just be going a bit of a distance. Well, I mean, I guess I can be the one to try it.
I was going to check on oil power. Do I have the parts for a fuel generator? Yes, I do, but I should grab another few computers just to have them. What? I just lagged out again a little bit. It's kind of painful.
Probably that CPU.
Your CPU just can't take the packages.
I mean, it did say 100%.
You might need to have it set outside of your graphics settings. Well, I guess those don't really matter too much. I mean, other than textures, your only way to improve that CPU is if you lower your texture quality down, because all the rest would be mathematically generated. And then take your CPU cores and make sure that Satisfactory can only use all but one core, and this way you would always have one spare system core.
Let me exit out of this stream in the background. That's probably caused.
Yeah, but you look my only view.
You know, rather than doing all that, I'll just buy a new CPU in a few weeks. So, bear with it. What kind of lag is it? Is it latency?
It's the kind of like a catch-up lag, where like you're all of a sudden snap into the future, but your position is updated to where some other event didn't happen.
Okay, so latency. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have some semblance of improvement once I get a new CPU, which may be at the end of January, depending on what announcements we hear. What do you keep on your hotbar? As far as like just the general thing.
I mean,
Like, if you don't want something to be in your way, what tool do you usually swap to?
well, I always have the number one, which is always going to be something like a power line or a conveyor or something. And then out of most of them, that is usually the case. But otherwise, I haven't used up 8, 9, or 10 on the hotbar yet. I really should reorganize my hotbar a little bit now that I've got more things on it.
Well, I meant your tool in your hand.
Oh, my hand tool?
Yeah.
My first one is the nut. Then I have sword, the obelisk detonator, gun, and then boombox.
Okay. I get you.
What was it that I needed to work on? Oh, yes, I know what I need to work on now. I've been putting it off for far too long. Can I build
As the
much
saying
of
goes.
those? I could use more pipe.
Some sort of like frog. Must be that poison monster.
Looks like I'm also having networking issues on my end as well.
Did you just get a little bit of lag?
Yeah, did you?
So we just did an autosave. That
Okay.
paused the game for a second or two.
I guess autosaves are starting to get to the point where they're a little more intense.
Yeah, they do pause the game for a second or two. I'm wondering if that's what you're hitting. And they are pretty frequent too. I think every 5 minutes. You know, if I had that M.2, PCIe 5 M.2, we wouldn't have any of these issues. So did you pick up any new games from the Steam Winter Sale? going
No,
on?
I haven't touched the new game in a while. I still have a lot of backlog that I need to digest, but, you know, one thing at a
What are you
time,
playing
right?
on the backlog?
Nothing.
I had a feeling. Like,
I mean, it's just
backlog ain't
like-
gonna think of you. Like nothing.
I just kind of like digesting podcasts and just playing PlanetSide, although I need to really not play PlanetSide anymore. It's just
Yeah, I
like,
mean-
it's just too much of like a time eater.
Good opportunity to get some of the backlog going. Yep, really wishing I had that universal storage right about now. Went and grabbed copper sheets, come back, now I need iron plates.
You've been spoiled by people who want to take other design philosophies and then make their own.
I'm not implying people don't do that for literally everything. Sounds like this game didn't just straight up take off of Factorio. I mean, this game was literally meant to be a Factorio competitor. What do they call it? Factorio. The problem is I don't think it ever occurs to anybody, because it's like, that's a lot of power, you know? And I think that kind of thing would also drastically reduce playtime. Some people may see it as unbalanced in other ways. Well, you got kind of quiet there.
Sustained focus. I have expanded the power infrastructure.
Oh, nice. Expanded by what?
2
or
whole
3?
generators.
Nice. Well, more power is never a problem.
Alright, more plastic or more rubber?
I mean, that answer's pretty obvious.
No, it's not.
Rubber's completely useless. Just do plastic.
Alright.
I've yet to need a single thing of rubber, yet I've needed a lot of plastic. I'm out of freaking... oh my god. Whatever. Screw it. Come back and now I need motors. Really frustrating having to run to and from the base like that. Good news, it looks like the bit of traveling I've done with the pipes has made no difference as far as like the water pressure, so that's good.
Excellent.
You'll believe that.
Alright, I'm gonna finish these generators up and then I'm gonna hop off.
Alright. Alright, plastic production expansion has been made.
let me build one more, maybe two more of these things. 'Cause I'm not quite filling the full line yet.
All right. Next thing is to continue expanding the production of oil material. Ideally, I'll go up.
Oh, you mean you're finally to go up? That's good.
And
Show me how it's
then-
done. You're constantly talking about how you need to use that vertical space.
Yes, this will be a good exercise. Verticality. I'm gonna also need to slowly start changing around the fluid buffers to being the big boys.
That frog I was talking about earlier,
There was a
not in
frog.
the game. Nah, I just mentioned I heard like a frog or something croaking.
I
Apparently
did.
it's coming from out my window.
Oh, let's say I do not remember you talking about a frog at all.
I briefly mentioned it. You're probably too concentrated in something.
What the heck was this?
But yeah, I guess it's not a frog. Maybe it is, I don't know.
Toad, maybe?
Sounds like one, but I'm on the second floor. I wouldn't think I could hear one.
A creature's in the way. What creature? There's a creature on here? Oh,
Yeah, there's nice
one of these bird
creatures.
things is stuck somehow.
A dodo bird?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
I don't know
awesome.
where he. Oh, there he is. What the heck?
They have a an expertise in getting in the way. That,
I don't think it could hurt it.
you can. I've killed a dozen of them. Might even be responsible for the extinction of their species.
Like, you cannot build on top of a creature. They are in the way. They are smarter than you. They are faster than you. You cannot kill them. Well, hey, would you look at that? We're halfway done on the adaptive control units.
I guess that's good.
See, you know how you're talking about the things you can't build on top of each other? The fluid buffers are designed to be put on top of each other. Like, they literally have like a guide wheel and everything.
Is the fluid buffer a machine, or is it like the conveyor belts? Because you can put conveyor belts on top of each other. You can put the regular pipes on top of each other. You just can't put machines on top of each other.
So I would say the fluid containers are in the pipe system, so they have slightly different principles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, we now have a very advanced copper supply.
How advanced is
So
it?
at least one of these lines will be filled up Mark IV conveyor belt, so we can use as fast as the Mark IV supplies it. That does mean I'm using a lot of power though. Oh wow, yeah, that is a lot of power. Well, you don't want to know that. That's not important. Oh wow, look at our consumption. Wow, I actually don't look at our consumption. It seems to have grown in recently between what you and me were doing. It was a good idea to chat a little bit to the power. In any case, yeah, we should be good on copper. You can use all the copper you want for all those cables you want. You just gotta hook it up to that specific belt. If you use any of the other belts, you're probably not gonna use much throughput on the copper.
Oh, I'm not ready to go back to work just yet.
We can go back to work. It's the weekend.
Yeah, I do get the whole weekend and a Monday, but still.
Oh, you mean like at the end of this weekend, you gotta go back to work?
Yeah, I gotta go back to work Monday or Tuesday.
Well, yeah, I had a heck of a longer break than I did.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
some opportunity to decompress a bit, I hope.
Yeah, well, a lot of it was to do the like stuff regarding getting the room changed around, getting the bed ordered, and
I mean,
everything.
that should take like what, an hour, maybe 2.
Getting things hung up and stuff, but still, like, gotta wait for. Well, that part, you know, just those are just done whenever. And then there's just in general keeping things up to date on work and things, or like in-house stuff that I hadn't, you know, caught up with, like cleaning a thing or something, things that are like hard to do during a weekend that you might forget easily.
Yeah. Well, man, it's getting a little late, so I'm gonna go ahead and save the game.
Alright, now it looks like I'm out of resources. Next thing I'll do is, well, assuming I can remember, will be the pipeline adjustment. I started doing some of that, but I didn't have enough copper sheets.
Well, copper sheets are pretty much a solved issue now. We're producing quite a few of them. You just need to hook them up to a storage. Like, I've been
Thanks.
grabbing a few hundred off the pipeline, or off the conveyors.
You're
so
building things in
we'll have that.
refineries now, more so than you were before.
Lots of refinery. Well, also because we're having such a we need such a huge throughput that the few nodes that we're mining from is just not enough without the refineries. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and make.
Alright.
So, fun fact here, the Steam. Have you seen the whole Steam? What was it called? Replay or something? Steam Replay, I think.
No,
Have you seen that?
I have
Here, let me
not.
pull mine up real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream, I guess.
All right.